All right. So we posted in the group, in the Dunamis Woman Community group.
Yeah.
Comment below a topic that you would love for us to discuss and share publicly with you as it relates to childhood healing, children, or parenting struggles as a mother.
Now, you posted this as a result of our upcoming revival.
Yes, how to pray and war for your legacy.
and war for your children or your legacy. Okay,
yes.
Go ahead.
And so I said we want to just give you wisdom and insight as a mother-daughter trio. So we got a lot of comments with a lot of questions.
Okay.
But I want to hit Vivian Phillips' question. She said, can you all talk about letting go of grown children?
Now, this is related back to the revival that we're going to have.
Just be in general.
Or just in general.
Letting go of grown children. And if I could throw in Corlene's a little bit, she has said a little similar, loving your adult children as they're going through hard decision making and you see it going down the wrong road. So I think it's still loving grown children.
Those are two different things too.
Okay.
Well, first of all, let me go to her question, how to let go of grown children. First of all, you have to let them go, not let them go like, ooh, get out. You know what I'm saying? Before they're grown, but you have to be willing to say, get out when they're grown. Now, I don't think anybody is fully grown.
No.
As long as the parent or the mother and the father are living. My sentiments, when both of them are off this earth, you grown. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why when they come of a certain age, which according to the legalities of it, 18, 21 or whatever, or when they finish college or whatever, you have to be willing to go out there and to let them go to explore what they need to explore. Knowing that you are there based upon the foundation that you laid. When I say the foundation is not just because I gave you a house, I gave you food, I gave you a car. I think too many parents, first of all, in the beginning, give them too much. And like I did with you all, I didn't give you nothing because in my mind, which is still true, I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you a car at 16. I don't owe you the bed you sleep in. I don't owe you that. I give it to you because of who you are to me. But at the end of the day, I had to break down the entitlement mentality because a lot of kids believe that they are entitled, which makes it difficult for mothers as well as fathers, but I'm speaking from a mother perspective, as Vivian asked, to literally let them go and explore what they got to explore and make decisions. And even in the time of the difficulties, praying that you have laid a foundation that they can come back to you and have a conversation or discuss the matters of life after or before they've made that decision. Because every decision requires a decision anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're going to ever let them go. It's just how you position them.
Yeah. And I would say too, don't see them as grown. I think oftentimes the society says 18 and I tell people this story all the time. I never forget being in the House of Healing and that older lady who was maybe like 65, 70. Remember, she's like, I don't even know where she came from, but she stood up and she brought me up and she said, at that time I was 24 years old or 23 years old. And she said, I'm 70 something. And she said, and you're 23. She said, but when you go into this world at 18 years old, she was like, the world thinks that you're grown. She said, but in my eyes, she said, you are a 5-year-old. Do 23 minus 18. You are a 5-year-old walking around this earth. And that gave me such a humbling perspective because it was like, I really don't know anything. And the world is about to mop me up at 5 years old. And I think oftentimes I tell this to parents all the time because if it shocked my consciousness, I really think it would shock a lot of mother's consciousness that take that age minus 18 and imagine that's who they are in this real world. And I think when we think society, they grown, they 18, they supposed to be at the house. But if your child is 20 some years old, that's a 2-year-old walking around this earth.
And then too, Ariel, as a parent, a mother, chronologically, I can be 59, but at the end of the day, if I haven't experienced a level of healing that Christ has caused me to grow and develop in him, I can still be 59 and act like or think like I'm 15.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of Just like a young lady, just because you have a child at 18 don't make you ready to be a mother to raise them as your chronological age, much less that's too soon. But you're definitely not internally developed because you still have your arresting issues. So now you're in survival mode, and now all that pain comes to harbor and keep your children close to your titty because you're afraid of being with who you really are and seeing your own issues. So a lot of us overcompensate for our pain with our children. And that's what makes it difficult to let go. I don't see you all as grown. Just because you're paying your own rent, paying your own bills, I think it's helping you develop into becoming the woman God has made you to be. Because now you have to know how to take responsibility for your decisions. If rent is due, do not go out there and buy all these lavish clothes and wigs, and I'm just using that for an example, and you spend that. But at the end of the day, if you did do it, I'm going to allow you to go through your process, even if you have to move out and go to a homeless shelter, and I didn't say back home, because you made the decision to take something that you should have had for your responsibility and use it in a wrong manner. That's how you literally let them go. Let them be responsible for the decisions that they make.